Alright dudes, Hayzink here. Welcome back to the channel for another Disgaearpg video. I've got a big video upcoming tomorrow, you don't want to miss that. I'm just giving a spoiler just now, make sure you watch tomorrow's video. But for today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving you a bit of a heads up, a bit of a time for you to prepare for raids, okay? Now, this raid is a little bit different as it is tied to the 7 Deadly Sins collab, but before we go ahead and talk about it, if you haven't already, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel and all of that good stuff, okay? So, this raid is a special raid that is going to be focused on the character of DIANE, okay? Now, unlike most raids, this one is a little bit more geared towards the collab characters. However, when you are preparing, if you know you're not going to summon, you can still get yourself into a position that you can have quite a good team to take on the raids, okay? Now, first of all, as always with raids, the raid boss will be generated any time that you spend AP, okay? Now, spending AP means running levels like story mode, like event mode. It doesn't include things like running the dark gates, okay? So just bear that in mind. If you want to keep some stuff to grind for when raids drop, that would probably be the best thing that you could do, okay? Now, this raid does have something a little bit different going on with it, as well as getting your normal raid points, okay? So your raid points is the thing that allow you to open boxes, okay? This one actually does have some special items that you can unlock via missions, okay? Now, with regards to this, there's actually 2 weapons that are in here, okay? And you can actually get not only the weapon for King, you can also get the weapon for Merlin, okay? So you do that by completing a set number of missions, is the way I want to say it. You basically do a certain number of missions. I think it's missions. It's either missions or it's points. It's one or the other. But basically by completing this, you get... Wait a minute, double check it just now. I think it's actually the number of raids that you do. Yeah. You will get not only Merlin's weapon, you will also get King's weapon. So make sure you do your raids. There is an easy way to do raids. I will be making a video again going over this, but basically you just want to farm low level raid bosses. If you do that, not only will you get yourself a lot of points, you will get yourself a lot of clears, and you will get access to all these ranking rewards, not ranking rewards, unlock rewards, as well as your mission rewards as well. Now, this raid works a little bit different, okay? Usually you've got the whole, you want to work on sword characters, you want to work on spear characters, yada yada yada. This one's still the same, okay? And for this one, it's sword, spear and wand. All abilities other than speed will be boosted by 5%, okay? However, this one is slightly different because if you notice those characters, even spear, although that more affects badass units, but for sword and wand, you've got characters that you can put in your party that are from the 7 Deadly Sins. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, if you run Merlin and King on your team, all abilities other than speed of the entire party are going to be boosted by 10%, okay? So if you've got Merlin and King on your team, all characters are going to be boosted by 10%. If you've got Elizabeth, Meliodas, Ban, DIANE or Gopher in your party, all abilities other than speed of the entire party are going to be boosted by 3%, okay? So if you're running, for example, Meliodas is your DPS, he's a sword character, he'll be getting a 5% boost. If you've got him on a team with Merlin and King, he's going to be getting an additional 20% boost on top of that. And as he is Meliodas, he's also going to be getting an additional 3% boost. So you can see yourself here, depending on the setups that you're running the sins in this raid is actually going to be very beneficial for you. Now, not only do they get boosted stats, they also have a chance at getting additional wheels, okay? Now what that basically means is, when you complete a battle, you'll get, at the end of it, as it's showing you your score summary, when you click to clear your score summary, sometimes you'll get a screen crack, okay? And what will happen is, your screen will crack and a wheel will appear, and that is basically a free spin on the wheel. Now, this is also going to be the first wheel where we have a special innocent, and that special innocent is going to be a DIANE innocent, okay? Now, I've showed you this before in a video, but I will let you see it again. This innocent is going to give you additional stats if you equip it to an axe, okay? Now, when you spin the wheel, basically, if you land on DIANE, she will give you a boost to attack on anything you put her on, okay? So if it says something like plus 5% attack, that will go onto every weapon, but there's a substat below it that will say something like plus 2%, which will be an additional 2% attack if equipped to an axe, okay? So not only do you maybe want to get this for collection purposes, you also want to get it because it's going to give you massive gains if you put it onto an axe. Now, I do know that axes are probably one of the least hype weapons for some people, not for everyone, but for some people they don't really care too much about axe characters. But DIANE, when she is on an axe weapon, will give it massive boosts, and you'll be able to find that you're doing a lot more damage with those characters as a result of those boosts, okay? So basically, overall, what you want to be focusing on for this raid event is making sure that you've got, like I say, if you don't pull the sins, you want to make sure you've got yourself focused on having either sword, magic, or spear wielding characters, okay? So unfortunately, you guys who have really focused on Kildare, you're not going to be getting many boosts off of this raid because he isn't one of the fortes. But if you have someone who's maybe focused on a Tyrant Valvatores, he is going to get a boost. And if you have a couple of other sins on the team, he is going to get boosted stats off of them, and you can find that he would be quite useful to you for your main DPS. Same thing goes for the likes of Pure Sicily, because wand characters are getting boosted. And if you did happen to get lucky and pull like Merlin or pull someone like Elizabeth, they're going to get boosts to int-based characters as well. So there is a few options. However, like I say, in this raid, you're really going to maximise your return if you do have 7 Deadly Sins characters. Now, there is a banner, I've mentioned this already, that is a one-time summon for 750 paid quartz, and it will guarantee you to get one 7 Deadly Sin character, depending on who that is. Some could be better than others, obviously, but if you got lucky and pulled someone like Meliodas, him being on there plus the boost from swords, it would be a big deal, and he would be getting plus 7% to all, plus 8% to all his stats, making it a big difference to how you're going to go. Now, DIANE works like every other raid character. She will have 2 side units at the side of her, and then you'll obviously have DIANE in the middle. Again, she will also produce badass versions of herself, and those do give exceptionally high points totals, so you do want to make sure you can focus on them as much as possible. Guys, if you do see raids popping up that's too high leveled for you as well, just be aware, even if you do 0 damage, if you go in and you start a raid and you don't manage to do any damage to that character, as long as they're killed by someone, you will get the points for it. So don't, if you see someone putting out like a level 7000 raid, you may as well jump in. Just jump in, take a shot at it. Doesn't matter if you don't do any damage, you're going to get rewarded for it anyway. But anyway, guys, that's basically it. Like I say, the main things you want to focus on in this raid is obviously getting as many opens as you can, because you're going to get lots of AP pots, lots of statues, stuff like that. I'm not sure, but this one might have character shards in the reward pots, but I'm not entirely sure. But you're going to get your AP pots, you're going to get your gate tickets, your gate keys and all that from rewards, so it's definitely worth your while doing that. And all the missions, you're going to get the 2 special weapons for King and for Merlin, so make sure you do that as well. All in all, raid's a good time. What I would say is, don't overdo your grind on the story event, because then you'll find it a bit harder to generate the raid boss, because obviously you won't have anything to do. But all in all, DIANE raid is coming, DIANE raid is going to be exciting, and yeah, that's about it. Anyway, guys, I've been Hayzink. Thanks for joining me on this video. If you haven't already, like the video, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one, dudes. Remember, watch tomorrow's video. See ya.